allow me to reintroduce ourselves. We're a pugilism company, home of the three-piece combos. Little public service announcement. This is Reed, BBS. BBS. Black Burt Sugar. Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Subscribe, like, comment. Also visit the homepage on YouTube as well as the Pugilism Company website. Again, visit the homepage on YouTube and the Pugilism Company website. That's PUGILISMCO.com. Dishing out three-piece combos as stated. We're the sole proprietors of the three-piece combos. That's podcasts, articles, and special interest videos. Those are the three pieces. While you're at it, check out that 5-part Errol Spence interview with former Dallas Cowboy Jesse Holley. You've never seen a side of Errol Spence quite like this. Check out the YouTube homepage and click the playlist tab, and it'll break it down for you. Podcasts, special interest videos, press conferences, etc., etc. You can get a more detailed breakdown of our catalog and what we're offering on YouTube. Please check it out. But let's get to it. Maurice, MightyMo Hooker retains his WBO super lightweight or WBO junior welterweight, however you wish to word it, championship of the world with a 7th round TKO over Alex Saucedo. Real quick, props and respect to Saucedo. He was a good dude, a true warrior. And this isn't an official award, but I'm proclaiming him right now. I'm proclaiming Alex Saucedo 2018's Action Fighter of the Year. Action Fighter of the Year. If you saw his bout with Lenny Zapovina, man, which will probably be 2018's Fight of the Year, and then you couple that with the clash with Maurice Hooker, which was very much consistent with what we've seen in Saucedo and the Zapovina fight, then you have to be like, hey, man, the common denominator in all of this is Alex Saucedo. And with that, I'm proclaiming him 2018's Action Fighter of the Year. I know it sucks to lose, man. And in this boxing game, you hate that one guy has to win, one has to lose. But Saucedo's just 24, and we have not, and I mean not, seen the last of him for sure. So keep your head up, Mr. Saucedo. But yeah, it was Mo's night, man. Ultimately, it was Mighty Mo's night. Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. Saucedo's promoted by Top Rank. Top Rank won the purse bid, and they served Maurice Hooker on a platter in Saucedo's hometown of Oklahoma City, or so they thought. I mean, OKC. That was chanted prior to the fight, and deservedly so. Oklahoma City, they was repping for show. They was repping and putting on for their city for show. Like, it was a true lion's den. Being a dude from Dallas, following a Dallas fighter and rooting for a Dallas fighter in an Oklahoma setting against an Oklahoma guy, like, yeah, the tension was palpable. You could feel it. Let's just say it was not the most welcoming environment or atmosphere for a Dallas area fighter. Definitely not. And it speaks to the level of courage, the level of fortitude, determination that it takes. And that's what Maurice Hooker has exhibited throughout his career, man. Throughout his career, pro and amateur career. The man right chill came out to Mystical. Now, I learned that Mo has a damn 80-inch reach. Like, good God. I knew he had long arms. Like, he's that long, lanky, sleek-built dude. But 80 inches? That's, like, ridiculous for a 140-pound fighter. And he came out. He started the fight, looking to utilize that reach. His jab has never looked better or more authoritative. At the same time, Saucedo, he was only like an inch shorter, but was way thicker than Maurice. My man Reese is my dude. He's got that E-Bunny body. E-Bunny body. He's like Robert Easterbilt looking ass dude. He's just a thin dude, like Tommy Hearns, Bob Foster, Alexis Arguello, Diego Corrales, Sandy Sadler, Tim Austin. Like, I could go on and on. Jeff Chandler. Just them long, sleek built guys, you know. And I'm not saying Maurice is on their level in terms of all-time greatness or anything, but he has that body type. And so Sato, he was the more stout-looking dude. And as early as round 2, man, bow, looping right hand, like it drilled Maurice like right in his grill, busted his nose, and dropped him. He rose immediately, but it was the first official knockdown of his career. He wasn't hurt. He wasn't hurt, but obviously you get knocked down and you got blood splattered on your cheek. You know, it didn't feel good. You know, it didn't feel good, obviously. But, man, Mo, he gathered himself, and by the end of that same round, he was firing hefty and meaty combinations at Sato. But, you know, with that more OKC chance, you know, they was about it, man. Reese, he worked his way back into it, though. Especially in the middle of the ring. Like, from the middle of the ring, it was all his fight. But for whatever reason, he would either go to the ropes or Sato would force him to the ropes. And Sato undoubtedly did his best work of the fight when Hooker was against the ropes. And in the 5th round, I believe it was, Maurice stayed on the ropes like way too long, and it just wasn't a good look. Maurice was rolling with shots. He was picking off some. He was parrying. But at the same time, from a judging perspective, it just wasn't a good look. You know, spin off or just get out of there, hold him, make the ref break you up, something. But, you know, at the same time, Maurice was sneaking in little subtle body shots here and there. He'd throw the right hand over and then under some other times. And in the 6th round, he actually cut Sato. Late in the 6th, cut him over the left eye. And then from there was kill mode. Kill mode round 7 just went crazy on him. Right hands. He virtually couldn't miss Sato with the right hands. He'd sometimes jab behind it, but mostly just right hands. Ultimately, it was the true essence of Maurice Hooker on display. Like, I've known this dude again since he was an amateur. Much wasn't expected from him necessarily. Even back then, he was that guy that people slept on. Yeah, hey man, yeah, I respect Mo. He can fight, man, but you know, yeah, there was always a but. There was always a but with him. Even after he wins a world title, yeah, but. So here we go. Deck clearly stacked against him in Sasato's hometown. Dropped nice. He got dropped nice early in the fight. Dusted himself off. Stayed in the fight. Stayed true to himself and his beliefs. And he won the damn fight, man. I don't know that I've ever been personally more proud of a fighter from Dallas than in this case. Errol Spence went through a similar situation when he went to England to fight Kell Brook. But Earl was also an Olympian, and people already knew his pedigree, and I believe he may have been slightly favored to beat Kell Brook. I don't know the betting odds of this particular fight with Hooker and Sato, but I just know, or at least I felt like Maurice was being led to the Lion's Den and Top Ranks card and all that. All roads were pointing to a Sato Jose Ramirez unification, and Mighty Mo spoiled that party. It was incredible to behold. Subscribe, like, comment. Subscribe, like, comment. Got to give props to Mighty Mo's trainer, Vince Potter. Coach Vince, as he calls him. I don't know Vince Potter. Seen him a handful of times, you know, exchanged pleasantries. Hey, how you doing? Oh, good seeing you. Fist pounds, whatever, but never talked in depth with the dude. But I want to commend him for the work he's done with Reese Hooker. Maurice has looked as polished. He looked as polished as I've ever seen him. He fought smarter. Like, for the longest time, Maurice reacted in the ring exclusively. He was like a reactor. But versus Sato, you could see Maurice's mind at work. You could see him creating instead of just reacting. Parra's getting more mileage out of that 80-inch reach, than any of Reese's other trainers that I've seen. Any of them. He doubles on it now. He doubles off his jab. He hooks off of it. I mean, his last name was Hooker, so of course he's going to hook off of it. But yeah, just all in all, man, more polished. He's fighting smarter. He's way more experienced. And I just want to shout out to Vince Parter, who I haven't necessarily broke bread with like that. Just to let you know, I see you, bro. And I know this fighter and who he's been, and I see the improvements you've made in his style for sure. America's favorite promoter, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn was in the building. Of course, he, by way of Matchroom, co-promotes Maurice Hooker along with Dino Duva and Rock Nation. In a very funny exchange, once the fight was over, back in Hooker's dressing room, one of Maurice's people, could have been his manager, a trainer, or somebody's, whoever said, hey, win the fucking purse bid next time. You know, it was in jest, but it was funny how, because you didn't win the purse bid, we had to come to Oklahoma and be in enemy territory. So it was a cool moment to see, and Eddie Hearn took it in stride. He laughed along with the guys. He didn't seem like he was above being mocked or ridiculed, you know, by the people behind the fighter that he's in charge of. I even chimed in, hey, yeah, man, hey, you gave Canelo $365 million. Maybe you could have paid him, I don't know, $364 million and put an extra meal over here to this fight. And Hearn, he laughed at that as well. You know, he laughed at that as well. He's tall, man. He's a tall dude. He's like 6'3" at least. I didn't realize he was that tall. But he was a friendly dude. I know he's a hustler, so he can put on whatever facade he needs to. But I walked away liking Eddie Hearn more than I thought I would upon initially meeting him. But the long story short is, if y'all trying to see the WBO championship and the WBO champion at 140, you better get the zone, because that's where Reese Hooker's next few fights are going to be and probably should be. Before we get out of here, my man Sarge, he was right there in the mix with the whole Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford imbroglio, the little meeting of the minds they had after the fight backstage. It was Sarge and Ellie Seckback. All the video footage has been put out. It was either Sarge or Ellie Seckback doing the filming. And yeah, man, it is what it is. You know, no sidebars. No sidebars. It was good verbal jousting. I liked it. I know a lot of people maybe want to put up this or imagine this front of the guys really hating each other, but that doesn't have to be the case always. And just because the two men are respectful with each other doesn't mean they won't try to tear each other's heads off come fight night. But along with that video, that's the same vibe, the same wavelength that we provide in these special interest videos. Again, I highly encourage you, to any new subscribers in particular, to check out that 5-part Errol Spence series. Again, visit the Pugilism Company homepage on YouTube, click on playlists, and it'll give you the option to just do podcasts. Just check those out, or just check out the Errol Spence series, what have you. Again, subscribe, like, comment. From the home of the 3-piece combos, Pugilism Company. This is Reed, BBS. Blackbird Sugar. Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.
I got 100,000. I'll beat your coach. I'm a coach. 60. You ain't got 20,000 to beat. You ain't got 20,000. We can bet that. Got me fucked up. We can bet that. You better ask about Darren Riley. We can bet that. Come here, Midwest. Come here, Toledo.